Hello, beautiful helpers. I'm so happy to connect with you today. I was really, in meditation and prayer, and I was asking, like, what would be the best way to connect with my people? You're my people if you're watching this. And I was really wanted to I imagined that we were meeting together. Maybe you came over to my house, or we went to a beautiful coffee shop and I had my oracle cards and we pulled some cards. I pulled some oracle cards for you. I used to actually do this with friends back in Chicago. And specifically to just help you receive a message from your soul about your beautiful mission, about your service, about what's happening in your life in this moment. And I thought it would also be fun and useful to talk about the retreat that's coming up next week as well. In case you have any questions, maybe I would answer them here. So it's very impromptu. And I have my beautiful calla lilies. Aren't they gorgeous and beautiful? And they smell divine. I'm sending you a beautiful energy of the lilies. And the cards I have today here in front of me are four of my favorite decks. And before we do that, in case you don't know, the Sovereign Helper Retreat is next week, Thursday. That is August 21st of 2025. It is from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock Central US time. And of course, you will get the replay. The replay will be provided for 30 days. So you have a whole month to be with it. And so what is it about? So usually every month I do a master class. And I know some of you have been doing those master classes with me every month this whole year. And even before that, because I've done them for a few years now. And in those master classes, I share so much valuable content, so much valuable information about what it means to be a helper, to be of service, to share your unique medicine with the world, right? It's this year I've really been putting so many of my teachings, my really building that, right? Building, as they call it, your intellectual property, which by the way, all of you have, right? Intellectual wisdom, property, gifts to share with the world that only you have, right? That only can come through you. But this month, as I was preparing for that, I really felt so strongly that this was a month to pause in the sense of to create a space to retreat, withdraw from your regular world, not to be filled with more ideas, but to create the energetic space, the sacred space for you to connect with your soul, to be in this beautiful receptive energy. And so during the retreat, I'm going to send out an email for those of you who have signed up and who will sign up. I will send an email with all the suggestions I have. But you might want to lie down. You might want to be on your yoga mat. You might want to be sitting, whatever facilitates a receptive space for you will be important, because what are we going to do? And I have my little outline here so I don't forget anything. First and foremost, this will be a time for you to connect with the Divine Mother. What do I mean by the Divine Mother? For me, it's like the mother aspect of God, right? The female aspect of God, that energy of God, the divine universe that is motherly, is a caretaker, is the, think of a good mother, right? The beautiful mother. What does she do? She cares for her child. As the child gets older, she's like the biggest cheerleader of that child, right? Like, yes, I know you can do it. I know you've got it in you. Why? Because the mother sees her child and sees the true gifts, the light that they share, that they have within them, right? A mother is a protector, right? Think about Mother Bear, right? She's not going to let anything happen to her babies, to her cubs, right? There's so much, a mother is also an initiator, right? That beautiful mother energy helps to initiate, begin within us this like next level of growth. I know that our biological mothers, maybe we're not able to do those things. But when we connect to the archetype, the imprint of the mother, that's what a mother does. So now the divine mother, when we connect with God as mother, that energy is here for you. And I keep saying this, is like I really truly believe that the divine mother is the leader, the guide, the protector of the helpers. And there's many aspects to the Divine Mother, and we have all of these divine beings from different spiritual traditions that represent her. And one of them is Mother Mary. I'm wearing her one little pendant from Mother Mary. I forgot where this is from. It might be from Portugal. My dear friend Zoe gifted it to me. And so Mother Mary, this is withdrawn, this has nothing to do with any specific religion, but the ascended master that Mother Mary is here to bless the helpers, is here to help you. So what are we going to do in this retreat? I kind of went a little tangent, but you're going to receive from Mother Mary and other aspects of the Divine Mother blessings and healing. This is going to be a time to integrate. What is integration? Integration is sacred digestion. It's really taking in all of the beauty, the lessons, the stretch, the expansion, the growth of this year so far, right? I mean, there's been so much, whether you're totally aware of it or not, there is, right? And so you're gonna, through the meditations I'm gonna guide you on, through the Reiki you're gonna receive, through Mother Mary's intercession for you, not just Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Green Tara, all these beautiful divine beings that love you unconditionally, your guardian angels, to help you really receive the gifts. Why is it important to receive the gifts? Because when you receive the gifts of everything you experience this year, it becomes wisdom. It alchemizes, it transforms into wisdom, into compassion, into increased capacity, into creativity. It becomes your pearls, right? Your pearls of wisdom, your medicine. And equally important to integration is the release of the waste, right? And remember, I said integration is a form of sacred digestion. And what is digestion? When you eat food, you eat it, your body takes in the nutrients, and then your body releases the waste. It's the same with this. So you don't want to take with you any of the waste, right? Any old thought errors or beliefs or other people's energy or other people's judgments or projections or whatever it is that you don't need to take with you. Because what happens if you don't do that process is come September, because we enter September, we cross another important portal. Not only is it the 9th month of the year, which is so powerful, there's also a equinox, right? There's a new season starting. So there's a lot of growth that is available for all of us as a collective of helpers, of leaders, of change makers, of visionaries. And you want to cross that portal having digested the growth and healing and releasing what you don't need to carry with you. So that is one of the main things for this retreat, is the intention of that. And then, of course, as you do that, to clarify your vision for these September to December, right? To receive the vision from your soul of like, okay, what am I meant to create these next 4 months? What is meant to be really anchored in? What surprises? Because I guarantee you there's going to be surprises. And if you're like, surprises, because you had some scary surprises, like, no, this is really thinking about like the surprise growth. I pulled a card yesterday. I'm guided to share this from, what was it? It was Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebel deck. And it was called The Shock of the New. And I don't have it with me because I didn't know I was going to talk about it, but I think this is relevant for all of you, or I wouldn't be thinking of it. And in the card, it says that you will be blessed through the shock of the new, meaning that there's something that's going to happen in your life. You're going to be like, this is so different than what I usually happens. And it's going to be a blessing. It's not going to be a bad, scary thing. It's just like for me, this yoga class, I know you're probably getting tired of hearing about it, but this yoga class, I can't believe I'm starting my 3rd week of Ashtanga yoga. I never even considered Ashtanga yoga. And so that to me is the shock of the new. Everything about it feels like like the universe, like the Divine Mother, like Mother Mary just plucked me and was like, okay, you thought you were gonna go to this type of yoga class, but we're gonna actually drop you off in this class with this teacher and these people. And it is. I'm still kind of like, how did this happen? So like that's what's waiting for us, September to December. And all of that is to bless you, but it's to bless your mission, to bless and increase your impact and influence and the way that you serve and help the world. So that's also part of it, is for you to really receive the vision of this last 4 months of the year, and then to meet your triumphant self. What is that? The part of you that I talked about this in the last masterclass, but she's that part of you that is actually gonna do the work, right? Is actually gonna show up and make different choices and say and set the loving boundaries, but that are sometimes hard to set, and is going to not give in to the urge to whatever habit that you might have that actually takes you off your path, right? And I'm not talking, I mean, yes, it could be substances, but not just that. It might just be a habit of withdrawing. Maybe as soon as you're getting close to like really stepping into more leadership or more service, that will bless you, not more service that comes from the martyr identity. But then there's some part of you that puts the brake, like, no, 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 I'm not worthy. It's like that upper limit thing. I've really been thinking about that, reading about that, studying that, how we all have these upper limits. This is as much happiness as I can have. This is as much success as I can have. This is as much blessings as I can have. This is as many clients as I can have. We have this upper limit, and your soul has no upper limit. So we're going to receive that, okay, that vision, and connect with the triumphant self that's going to make those decisions. So this is what I say in my marketing for it, which is so true. If you're ready to receive blessings and guidance from the Divine Mother, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Green Tara, deepen your connection with your soul's wisdom, expand your impact, but listen to this, with ease, not effort. We've all done the increase our impact through effort, which eventually leads to burnout or resentment or both. That's not what it's about. The Divine Mother is not interested in us burning out, right? Also, if you're ready to serve from overflow, not obligation, think about that overflow. You're so filled up by your soul's love. You're so filled up by Mother Mary's blessings, by Kuan Yin's blessings, by the Divine Mother. You're so filled up by your own self-love that your medicine, your unique medicine, just overflows. I know you've probably had that experience where you've helped someone and afterwards you're like, that took nothing from me. That didn't feel like I got depleted or like, oh, I'm so tired now, I need to go sleep, or oh, that took so much from me. But instead, you're like, I'm so filled up. Oh my gosh, I have so much energy. That was so fun. Oh, like that is actually how it's meant to be. And there's nothing wrong if that's not how it is for you right now, or if that's more of the way it is for you. You've done nothing wrong. It's just our human mind gets in the way. But if you're ready to change that, this is for you as well. And if you're not ready to weave in your vision, to let your soul weave in the vision for for September, October, November, December, right? And of course, and beyond, but let's focus on this year for now. So this retreat is for you. It is $44 and it includes one free guest ticket. You don't have to use the guest ticket if you don't want, but if you do want, if you have a friend, a colleague, someone that you're like, oh my gosh, I think this would be such a blessing for them, then they get to join for free. And the way that'll work is when I send this, you'll see the links. You register through PayPal, you pay the $44. You can also register through Zelle or Venmo. I have the name down of the participants. And then if you have a friend that you want to attend, just email me to let me know. Hey, Lisa, I signed up for your retreat. My friend so-and-so is going to join. That way I'll know and I'll have her information so that I can include them, when I send the email with the Zoom link and all of the suggestions on how to show up for that day. And of course, the replay, if you can't attend live, the replay is available, but I would love for you to attend live. It will be so amazing for you to be there live. All right, so let's do the cards. So what deck do I have? Spirit of the Animal Oracle, one of my favorites. I'm going to say that about every deck, okay? I'm going to pull one from those. Of course, I had to pull from the Mother Mary Oracle. Wild Woman Rising. Oh, and I don't have, the other one doesn't have a book, but the other one's called The Surrender Deck by Dr. Judith Orloff. All right. So I want you to think about this reading, this message, as like a message from your soul, a message from the Divine Mother about your purpose, about how you're meant to share your medicine in a way that blesses you in the process. Okay. So let's start with the animals. All righty. What's here? Oh my gosh, I love this koi fish spirit. One reason I love this deck, I don't know any of these people, by the way, so I'm not trying to sell you their decks, but I just love Oracle decks. It's a way that our soul can speak to us. That's very tangible and that's really helpful for our human brain. But I love this deck because it has such different animals that I've never had in other animal decks. So this has the koi fish spirit. There is always enough. Look at this. There is always enough. That is the message. And so really think about what this means for you. There's always enough money. Is it there's always enough energy? Is it there is always enough medicine that you have? Is it there is always enough ideas, downloads? I mean, you check in with your soul. What does this mean? There is always enough. Where are you feeling lack and scarcity? And this beautiful fish is saying there's always enough. I remember my mother-in-law who passed away a few years ago, amazing woman. Her birthday was yesterday, so Greg and I got some purple flowers. Purple was her favorite color and set up a little altar for her. But she used to have, and I hope I don't forget, she used to have this like little card over her sink that said, God will always make you so, oh, God will always give you enough to be generous. Something like that. I might be messing up the words a little bit. But I always love that. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, we always have enough to be generous. There's something, remember, generosity fills you up as well. This is not about codependency, all right? Okay, so we've got that. Let's do the surrender deck. All right. What is your soul guiding you to surrender into or to surrender for your divine mission, for your path? Ooh, two of cards. You up? All right, are you ready? Okay. Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even the mundane aspects of life, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Look at this gorgeous, beautiful card. Look at that. So this like surrender to the magic of who you are. And then you also got surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issues more quickly. I feel like these are so perfect. When you feel the drama, come back to the magic of the moment and of who you are. That's part of what a sovereign helper does. Like we are really being guided to step out of the drama, not just the drama like personal drama or drama, but like the collective drama that is unfolding in front of us. This isn't to dismiss the true pain and suffering that is in the world. I'm not trying to minimize that. But as helpers, we are being guided to rise above it, not from fear, but from like, okay, I know that I rise above it. I connect with my soul. I am the lighthouse. I don't get sucked into the drama so that I can be in this sovereign space. And from that place, from overflow, I can bring healing. Okay. I am being very much initiated into that with some family stuff, like not like my kids or Greg, but other family. So I feel your pain if you're in that, but I'm also like already feel so much has shifted within me, right? A lot of times surrendering the drama doesn't mean you, in fact, most 99% of the time, it doesn't mean you go talk to the other person and try to like convince them to not be in the drama or dramatic. It's all internal, right? It's really having compassion for all of our pain and suffering and grief and disappointment and judgment. We might be judging others. We admit that to ourselves and we ask and pray and ask our soul to clean all that up. That's really mature, spiritual maturity. Okay, this is Wild Woman Rising. Alrighty, here we go. All right, this is just one word, number 27, which adds up to 9. This is a year 9. 9 is all about completion and mastery. And she's got a beautiful, you know what? I don't know if she's got a crow or a raven. Let me just see if this says it. I don't think it says it in here, but they have very similar messages. Medicine. Awaken. Awaken. This is what your soul is saying. Our soul is always telling us this. It's constantly like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And there's levels of awakening. So just notice, okay, what aspect of my life, where in my life is my soul guiding me to wake up? And I also heard as soon as I said that, you are an alarm clock for others. You are being called to waken others. You're saying to everybody, wake up, wake up. Now, you might not literally say that. You might say it through your teaching, through your classes, through your sessions with clients, and or through your presence. You might not have to say any word, but just your presence alone awakens people. They're like, you look different. You're radiating so much. What are you doing differently? How are you, radiating this calmness, right? Okay. And then the last one, last but not least, of course, Mother Mary. All right, Mother Mary, what is your message for us? Oh my gosh, I love this card. I'm gonna have to, I don't pull from Mother Mary in these often just because this is an amazing deck, by the way. And each message has it's like a chapter. But I knew Mother Mary wanted to speak to us. So this is her message, Our Lady of Peaceful Change. I'm not going to read all of it, but I lost my glasses, so I have to wear these icky ones. Sorry, everyone. But I wanted to read this part because I know this card very well. It says, let me see. Not all changes have to be difficult. Our Lady of Peaceful Change comes to you now to allay any concerns you have about a change that is taking place right now or will soon come to you. She tells you that everything is going to work out for the best and that although there might be some adjustments to make, there is nothing to be concerned about. She has taken care of all the details and you can relax and trust that if you need to attend to something, you will feel an inner nudge to do so. So this card is really talking about peaceful change. And she says in the message how so many of us have had traumatic changes, right? Something really traumatic or dramatic or shocking happens. And yes, eventually there's a blessing, but in the moment it just felt like, oh my gosh, but she's saying that's not this. She's saying like, I know that's happened before, but trust me. And then let me see the prayer here. Our Lady of Peaceful Change, Divine Mother Mary, who loves me without condition, is with me now. I accept her love, protection, and sublime grace with gratitude and trust. I open to divinely inspired change for the greatest good. So be it. How perfect. All right, I'm taking that message to heart. I definitely need to hear that. And for you as well, any changes, they often say, right, the human mind, one of the things it hates the most is change. But when you're a helper, when you're on this path of sharing your unique gifts to really living your most authentic, highest version of yourself, there's always going to be change. And so Mother Mary's coming here to say, don't worry. Look at how she's holding that little baby. She's like, I've got you. This change is not going to be like other changes. But we need to trust that. I know in the book, there's a line where she says, trust me more, open more, trust more. All right. This was so fun. I have no idea how long this was recording, but okay. I cannot wait to see you. First of all, next week for the retreat. I would love for you to join me. Tomorrow I have the podcast episode that's coming up. I would love for you to join me for that. And I do have slots left in August for a free sovereignty consult. I just had one this morning, which was so amazing. And this is like a private session with me over Zoom, a consult with me over Zoom, where I will help you really identify what season you're in. That's really important to just know, where am I at now in this moment? And then also help you clarify, where do you want to be? And then help you clarify the bridge in between, from where you are now to where you want to be. What are the actual obstacles and how do you overcome those obstacles? So I'll share that with you. And then if I feel we're a good fit, if you want to hear more, I'll share the details of my coaching programs with you. All right. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to say, but I'm just going to end it. And I'm sending you so, so much love. Thank you. Oh, I know what, if you made it to this part of the video, follow me on Instagram. If you don't follow me, I provide so much value there. I do Instagram lives. And now Instagram, I think I'll send this as a separate email, but they changed their rules. So now you cannot do an Instagram live unless you have 1,000 followers. And I'm at about 800. So if you don't follow me yet, you might be watching my videos, but not follow me. So if you don't follow me, if you could just go on there and click follow, you don't have to read all my posts or any of that. But I would just appreciate it because I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can go back to do lives. They just like changed the rules like that, like without giving any warning. So I can't do that right now. Okay. I'm sending you so much love. Bye.